Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa Bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami, dhammam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami. Dudayambi buddham saranam gacchami, dudayambi dhammam saranam gacchami, dudayambi sangham saranam gacchami, tadayambi buddham saranam gacchami, tadayambi dhammam saranam gacchami, tadayambi sangham saranam gacchami. Panatipata viramani sikabadam samadhiyami. Adinna dana viramani sikabadam samadhiyami. Kamayesu mecchachara viramani sikabadam samadhiyami. Musavada viramani sikabadam samadhiyami. Surameraya majjapama dattana viramani sikabadam samadhiyami. Amabandi sadhu sadhu sadhu. So page 83. Yesterday we discussed about association of mental factors with various consciousnesses, and we have discussed association of mental factors, the Anya Samana Cetasikas, with various mental factors. Now today we continued with association of Akusala Cetasikas. So in the association of Anya Samana Cetasika, the 6 particulars, they are a little difficult. But now here association of Akusala Cetasika is very easy. We have said that the Akusala Cetasika in moral mental factors, they associate with only with 12 immoral minds. Not only with this, they don't associate with any other consciousness. So that means in moral mental factors arise only in immoral minds. And then we say the 4 akusala sadharana. So you have to look at your chart number 2 yesterday we used. So we are discussing about immoral mental factors. You look at the immoral mental factors, and we divide it into 4 groups. The first subgroup is called the Moha Chatuka, and we call it Akusala Sadharana. You can see the word there. So when we say Akusala Sadharana, that means that these 4 mental factors, Moha, Ahirika, Anuttappa and Uddhacca, and they associate with all the 12 Akusala Ceta. Akusala Sadharana means they associate with all the 12 Akusala Cetas. So it is easy. It is already stated to you. Now Lopa, Lopa, greed, associate with only 8 Lopa Mula Cheta. So only with this 8 Lopa Mula Cheta, no Lopa associate. And then Deity associates with 4 Deity Kata Samyutta Cheta. So Deity and Mana, they are companions of Lopa. They associate only with Lopa Mula Cheta also. And here we say there are 4 Deity Kata Samyutta, associate with the wrong view. And we have another 4 Deity Kata Vipyutta, dissociated with the wrong view. So Mana will associate with this 4. And Deity will associate with this Deity Kata Samyutta, the 4. So we say here, Deity associates with 4 Deity Kata Samyutta Cheta, and Mana associate with 4 Deity Kata Vipyutta. No, that is all. That means it's the Cheta that do not associate with the wrong view. So Deity and Mana, they don't associate with the same consciousness. No, because their line of reasonings are different. Deity just take this body and mind as I. Whereas Mana conceit, no, you have pride there. So no, it considers this I is the best. It knows everything. So no, you have conceit and pride. Only when you have conceit and pride, actually, Mana associate. Then we have the third group of immoral mental factors. So the third subgroup, what do we call there? In your chart number 2. So no, you have to look this chart all the time. So that chart is actually showing. So we say dosa chatuka. Dosa chatuka means dosa, echa, machriya and kukucha. They associate with only dosa mula cheta. No? So dosa and its companions, 3 companions, they associate only with the 2 dosa mula cheta. Now tina meda, no, that makes the mind inactive, lazy and sleepy. They associate with 5 akusala sankharika cheta. So among this akusala cheta, so in the 8 Lopa Mula Cheta, we have 4 Sankharika. 4 Asankharika and 4 Sankharika. And in Dosa Mula, we have 1 Sankharika. So if you add 4 plus 1, you get 5. So we say Akusala 5 Sankharika Cheta. So Tina Meda makes the mind inactive, so they associate with it. And the last one, Vijikecha, associate with Moha Mula, Vijikecha Samyutta Cheta. So you can see from here, Vijikecha Samyutta Cheta, this consciousness. So that means, this consciousness associate with Vijikecha. So we say Vijikecha associate with Moha Mula, the Vijikecha Samyutta Cheta. So we give you the table number 2. Chat number 2. So at the handout, the handout yesterday, chat number 2. So we can read these from this chart. Okay, we can read now. So we say, this Moha Chituka is called the Akusala Sadharana. So the 4 Akusala Sadharana, namely Moha, Ahirika, Anuttapa, Uddaja, associate with the 12 Akusala Cheta. Lobha associate with only 8 Lobha Mula Cheta. Deity associate with 4 Deity Kata, Lobha Mula, Deity Kata, Samyutta Cheta. And Mana associate with the 4 Deity Kata, Lobha Mula, Deity Kata, Vipyutta Cheta. And this Dosa Chatuka, the group of 4 mental factors with Dosa as the leader. So they are Dosa, Esa, Machriya, Kukucha. They associate with the 2 Dosa Mula Cheta. And then Tina Meda. No, they associate with 5 akusala sasankharika chaita. And then Vijikiccha associate with that this moha mula Vijikiccha samyutta chaita. So let's read together. Okay, let's read. The 4 akusala sadharana, namely moha, ahirika, anuttapa, uddhacca, associate with the 12 akusala chaitas. Lobha associate with 8 lobha mula chaita. Deity associate with 4 lobha mula deity kata samyutta chaita. Mana associates with 4 lobha mula deity kata vibhuta chaita. And the dosa chatuka, so namely dosa, isa, machriya, kukucha, they associate with the 2 dosa mula chaita. Tina meda, they associate with the 5 akusala sasankharika chaita. And Vijikiccha associate with, so only with the moha mula Vijikiccha samyutta chaita. So it's not difficult, it's very easy, but you have to be familiar with this name. So if you're not familiar, so you find difficulty. Then we go to the next, the next group, association of Sobhana Cetasika, the beautiful mental factors. So the association of this Sobhana Cetasika. So again, in chat number 2, actually these we are reading the chat number 2 here. So we also divide the beautiful mental factors into 4 groups. So the first group we call 19 Sobhana Sadharana Cetasika. So this name means Sobhana Sadharana means they associate with all Sobhana Chaita. So we say this 19, the Cetasika associate with all the Sobhana Chaitas, numbering 59 in the brief method and 91 in the broad method. So I hope you don't forget how we get this 59, 91. How do we get them? How do we get them? So you don't remember what we have taught. So this Chaita chart. So we have been pointing many times. So these we say the 30, this 12 and 18, 30 are called asobhana, not beautiful. So if you subtract this 30 from the total 89, you get 59. If you subtract from 121, you get 91. So these are beautiful consciousness. So they associate with all this beautiful consciousness. Now the 3 virati cetasika, virati are the abstinence. So the 3 abstinent cetasikas are, they have the name samavacha, the right speech, samakammanta, the right action, and samaajiva, the right livelihood. So remember they represent 3 the moral, the part constituents, 3 part factors that represent the training of morality. So the right, samavacha, the right speech is abstaining from the 4 false speeches. Samakammanta, the right action, abstaining from 3 bodily evil actions. Samaajiva is abstaining from the right, the wrong livelihood. So the morality, when we are abstaining from these evil action, evil speeches and evil livelihood, so that is we call morality. Morality means meritorious deed. So we are performing meritorious deed. So when we perform meritorious deeds, so they should associate in 8 Mahakusala Chaita. So we say, when we observe moral precept, Mahakusala Chaita will arise. So they associate with 8 Mahakusala Chaita. But the way they associate is not together, not always. Intermittently means occasionally, only when we abstain. For example, when we abstain from the false speech, only then samavacha arise in the mind, associate with Mahakusala Chaita. So when you abstain from killing, at that time samakamanta will arise in Mahakusala. When you abstain from the wrong livelihood, at that time sama-ajiva will arise in Mahakusala Chaita. So they don't arise together, they arise they separately, and they arise only when you abstain. So we say they associate with this Mahakusala Chaita intermittently and individually, not together. And they also associate with 8 Lokuttara Chaitas unfailingly. Unfailingly means always. They always associate. And then unitedly means they associate together. They associate together. Now the reason is this 8 Lokuttara Chaitas. They are these 8 Lokuttara Chaita. So can you find where the 8 Lokuttara Chaita? So maybe you may have even difficulty to find the 8 Lokuttara Chaita. So these 8. They are the 4 Lokuttara Kusala Chaita and the 4 Lokuttara Vipaka Chaita, they are Phala Chaita. So these, the Lokuttara Chaita, they associate with all the 8 path factors. The 8 path factors mean the 8 factors of the Eightfold Noble Path. So when these Eightfold Noble Path is they are completely developed, then we say at that time you get the path consciousness and the fruition consciousness. So that means in this Chaita, all those 8 factors, they associate together. So when they associate together, these 3, the morality path factors, they also associate together. So we say they associate together in 8, the Lokuttara Chaita. Now when we come to the 2 Appamanya Citasikas, they are Karuna, compassion, and Mudita, sympathetic joy. And we also meditate on Karuna and Mudita as we meditate Metta, loving kindness. As we radiate loving kindness, we also radiate compassion and the sympathetic joy. So that means when we do meditation, you are doing Merituda states again. So if you are doing Merituda states again, at that time, they will arise in Mahakusala Chaita. So again here, only when you do compassion, may all miserable beings be free from miseries. Only at that time, only compassion, the compassion, the compassion is the Karuna will arise in the Mahakusala Chaita. And when you are radiating sympathetic joy, may all prosperous beings maintain their prosperity for a long time. You are meditating like that. So at that time, that sympathetic joy will arise in Mahakusala Chaita. They don't arise together. They arise only when you meditate on them. Otherwise they don't arise. If you are doing the loving kindness, reading loving kindness, they don't arise. Because you don't pay attention to them. They don't arise. And then if we meditate on this Karuna, Mudita and Metta, these 3, we can develop up to 4 Rupa Vajra Jhana. So we say they also associate with the 4 Rupa Vajra Jhana. So when we are doing the meditation on the Karuna, compassion will associate with this Jhana Chaita. If you are meditating on the sympathetic joy, Mudita, then mudita will associate with this consciousness. So now we say, no, the two appamanya cetasika, no, they associate intermittently, individually, just like here. No, intermittently, individually, with 28 chaitas, comprising 8 Mahakusala chaita, 8 Mahakriya chaita. So remember, 8 Mahakriya chaita arise in the Arahats. Arahats, they also meditate on the Karuna and Mudita. So Karuna and Mudita also arise in the Arahats, so in Mahakriya chaita. And 12 Mahakata chaitas, excluding the 5th, the 5th jhana chaita. So remember, we have altogether the 27 Mahakata chaita. So they consist of. So we go to chat number 3, chat number 2. So now we go to chat number 2. No? So these Mahakata chaita, we say they are 27, not 12, 27. I think you already the change in your chart. No, so it is 27, not 12. So that means this 27, this 27 Mahakata chaita here. 15 Rupa Vachara and 12 Arupa Vachara. So we divide them into 3 first jhana, 3 second jhana, 3 third jhana, 3 fourth jhana, and 15 fifth jhana. So we say when you developed the Karuna and Mudita, you can get up to this fourth jhana. So up to this fourth jhana, so there are 3 jhanas each in the first, second, third, and fourth jhana. So you multiply 3 by 4, you get 12 jhana, the chaita. So altogether you have 12 chaitas here. So there's Karuna and Mudita. So we are looking here that this is Karuna and Mudita. So we say they associate with 8 Mahakusala chaita, and also in Arahat Mahakriya chaita, intermittently and separately. And then they associate also with this 12. With 12, the Rupa Vachara jhana chaita, with the exception of the 5th jhana, altogether 28 chaita. So that's why we say Karuna and Mudita associate with 28 chaitas. Namely, and the way they associate is also intermittently and individually. With 28 chaitas. So what are they? These 28 chaitas? Comprising 8 Mahakusala chaita, 8 Mahakriya chaita, and we say there is 12, the Mahakata chaita, with the exception of the 15 fifth jhana chaita. And the final one is the Panya. Panya Indriya is also called Panya Cetasika, is wisdom. So the wisdom, they associate with 8 Mahakusala chaita. So when you have jnana samyutta, we say associate with wisdom. So there are 4 jnana samyutta and 4 jnana vibhuta. The same thing with Mahavipaka and Mahakriya. So how many the jnana samyutta chaita in these 3? 4, you get 12. So we call 12. We collectively we use this name. 12 Kama Sobana Jnana Samyutta Chaita. And all these, the 27 Mahakata chaita, the jhana chaita. The jhana chaita are more developed than the Kama Vachara chaita. So as they are more developed, more exalted, more powerful, so they all contain the wisdom, the wisdom. And like the Lokuttara chaita, so Lokuttara chaita, so they are the highest wisdom. When we say the part wisdom, there is that Panya Cetasika, that wisdom. So the The Panya was associated with all the 27 jhana chaita and the 40 Lokuttara chaitas. So here we say Panya Indriya associate 47 chaita. No? So what are they? So now we say 12 Kama Sobhana Jnana Samyutta chaitas and 27 Mahagata chaita. And then if you take 8 Lokuttara chaita, you get 47. If you take 40 Lokuttara chaita, you get 79. Okay, so we read together again. No, we read this together. So now we begin with this. The 19 Sobhana Sadharana Chaitasikas associate with 59 Sobhana Chaitas in the brief method and 91 Sobhana Chaitas in the broad method. And then the 3 Virati, that is abstinences, namely Samavacha, Samakamanta, Samaajiva. They associate. So here we say intermittently and individually with 8 Mahakusala Chaitas. And they associate. So always we use the word unfailingly and unitedly with the 8, the Lokuttara Chaita. So if you take 8, you get 16. So if you take 40 Lokuttara Chaita, if you combine with this 8, you get 48. 48 Chaita. Now the next group, the 2 Appamanya, illimitable we call it, Appamanya. So they are Karuna and Mudita. They associate, again, we say intermittently and individually, with 28 chaitas comprising. So what are the chaitas? 8 Mahakusala chaitas, 8 Mahakriya chaitas, and 12 Mahagata chaitas, with the exception of 15 fifth jhana chaitas. Now the last one, the Panyaidriya, that is Panya Chaitasika, the wisdom, associates with 47 chaitas in the brief method. So what are they? Comprising 12. So Panya, so 12 Kama Sobhana Jnana Samyutta chaitas, 27 Mahagata chaitas, and 8 Lokuttara chaitas. So if you take 40, you get 79 chaitas. So this from this chart. So you know now these mental factors. They associate with the respective consciousness, with consciousness. So they associate very systematically only with the chaita that they should associate. So it's very, very, very wise. The Buddha, he knew all these things. So now we go to the next. In the next topic. So we come to, we finish up to here. So we come to here. Different combinations of mental factors with different consciousnesses. So before, we try to describe the association of mental factors with various consciousnesses. And now we describe the different combinations of mental factors with different consciousnesses. So now we are going to use chart number 3, the chart we gave you today. Chart number 3. So those who have the book, it is attached to the back of the book. So it's good to have this sheet so that you can look at very clearly. So now we go to the next page. Now we give you some guidance. So, concomitance of immoral consciousnesses. So, we begin with these 12 immoral consciousnesses. Now, when you consider the mental factors that associate with this consciousness, this is the rule here. Not much, very little. The name of each chaita in Pali and its meaning should be consulted before enumerating the concomitants. The concomitants here mean the mental factors associated with a particular chaita. If the chaita is somanasa sagatam, meaning accompanied by pleasant mental feeling, then all the 13 Anya Samana Chaitasikas will associate with that chaita. So, now if the chaita is Upekha Sagatam, accompanied by neutral feeling, or Domanasa Sagatam, accompanied by painful mental feeling, then piti must be accepted from the 13 Anya Samana Chaitasika. So, now when you have the neutral feeling, you don't have joy, piti. So when you are having a painful mental feeling, you don't have joy. So in that case, you have to subtract piti from the 13 Anya Samana Chaitasika. And then 4 asankharika lopa mula chaita will be considered first. So of the 8 lopa mula chaita, 4 are asankharika, 4 are sasankharika. So we take the 4 asankharika first. So if you look at this chart, so we describe the chaitas on the left column. So and the chaitasikas at the top column. So the chart number 3 So you look at your chart number 3. So we switch the chart number 2 to chart number 3. In chart number 2 we describe mental factors here and consciousness here. But now we describe the consciousness here and mental factors here. So these mental factors are familiar with you already now. So 13 Anya Samana Chaitasika, the neutral mental factors, consisted of the 7 Sabba Chaita Sadharana, mean essential mental factors that associate with all consciousness. And then these are the 6 particulars. And then we have 4 immoral mental factors. So we divide into 4 groups. The first group is Moha Chatuka. So 4 mental factors with Moha as the leader. And we call it Akusala Sadharana, as they associate with all Akusala Chaita. So in all these Akusala Chaita, so you should know Moha Chatuka or Akusala Sadharana will associate. Now Lobha. So this is Lobha 3 mental factor with Lobha as the leader. We have already seen they associate only with a Lobha Mula Chaita. So we say here Lobha associate with all these. And then in the case of Deity, so it associates with only Deitikata Samyutta Chaita. So among the 4 Lobha Mula Asankharika Chaita. So we say Pa means Patama. Patama means the first Lobha Mula Chaita. And Dutiya is the second Lobha Mula Chaita. Tatiya is the third one, and Jadutha is the fourth one. So these words are already used here. We say Patamach, Dutiya, Tatiya, Jadutha, Panchama. So they mean first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Now we try to enumerate the mental factors that associate with 8 Lobha Mula Chaita. And we take the 4 asankharika first. Now we say you have to consult the name in Pali. Now what is the name of the first pair? Somanasa. So please read here. Somanasa sahagatam. Deitikata sambayutam. Asankharikam ekam. sa sankharikam ekam. No, so what do we know from the name? Somanasa Sagadam means accompanied by pleasant mental feeling. So we say, no, if accompanied by mental feeling, piti would be present, and you can take all the 13 Anyasamana Cetasika to be present. No, so we say it is Somanasa. No, you know piti is present, then you take all the 13 to be present. Then the next part, Detikata Sambyutam. What does it mean? Detikata Sambyutam? No, so Sambyutam means associate. No, Vipyutam means dissociate. No, so you have to remember this. So they mean they associate with deity. No, associate with deity, the wrong view. So it associates with deity, so we say you put in, no, deity is present here. And no, the mana would be absent. And then we say asankharikam ekam. So we take the first one. So if it is asankharika, no, we know it is unprompted, it is spontaneous, and it does not associate with tina meta, slot and torpor. So in the sankharika, tina meta will associate. No, we associate. So now we know, no, from this we can get, no, the answer already. Now we say the first, no, lopa mula cheta, associate with 13 Anyasamana Cetasika, 4 moha chatuka, or we better call it akusala sadharana Cetasika, Lobha and Ditthi. No? So we know mana do not associate. And then dosa chatuka and the tina meta, vichikiccha, no? They do not associate with this consciousness. So we have 19. 13 plus 4, 17, 18, 19. No? You get 19 citta. So when you go to the second, no, the lobha mula asankharika citta, so you have to go to the second pay. So in the second pay, what is the name? Again, Somanasa Sagatam, Detikata Vipyutam. So we just change that. Instead of Detikata Sambyutam, we say Vipyutam. Not dissociated with deity. That means deity do not associate. So when deity do not associate, no, so we say mana associate. So no, we instead of deity, we just put in mana. So the rest are the same. No, Somanasa, so all 13 Anyasamana. And then these must be present. No, the 4, the moha chatuka or akusala sadharana, and then the lopa. So we get also 19. No? Instead of deity, we just put in mana. Now when you go to the third pay, now the third pay is upikha sagatam. No, upikha sagatam, deity kata samyutam, asankharikam ekam, sasankharikam ekam. So we say when it's upikha, neutral feeling, so it associates with neutral feeling, then piti should be, no, the subtracted. So you, no, omit piti. So only 12 Anyasamana Cetasikas, with the exception of piti, will associate. And then Detikata Sambyutam we say, so you put in deity. And these, no, these two, they will associate just like here. So you get 18 because we subtract piti. So instead of 19, we get 18. Now when you come to the fourth pay, so what do you call it? Please call it upikha sagatam, detikata vipyutam, asankharikam ekam, sasankharikam ekam. So upikha, again upikha, neutral feeling. So again no piti. So we subtract piti. And Deity Gata Vipyutam, deity does not associate, so we put in mana. So only that, we change instead of deity, we put in mana. So we get 18 again. We get 18 again. Okay. Now, please read. There are these four. Please read. There are these four. So just read here. So you don't have to remember anything. You have just to know this word. Now, the first Lobhamula Asankharika Chaita associates with 19 mental factors, namely, what are they? 13 Anyasamana Cetasikas, 4 Moha Chatuka, Lobha and Deity. That's all. Now we continued. The second Lobha Mula Asankharika Chaita associates with 19 Cetasika. Now, namely, what are they? 13 Anyasamana Cetasika, 4 Moha Chatuka, Lobha and Mana. Now, please go on. The third Lobha Mula Asankharika Chaita associates with 18 mental factors. You better look here. I'm pointing here. So the same thing. The chart is there, and this one the same thing. So when I point you can just call that. So they associate with 18 mental factors. Namely, what are the names? So from here you can see 12 Anyasamana Cetasika, with the exception of piti. And then the 4 Moha Chatuka, Lobha and Deity. Now the fourth one. The fourth Lobha Mula Asankharika Chaita associates with 18 Cetasikas, namely 12 Anyasamana Cetasika, with the exception of piti. And 4 Moha Chatuka, Lobha and Mana. Now, when we go to the 4 Sasankharika Chaita, so they have the same name as we read, one pay, they have the same name. The difference is only instead of Asankharika, we put in Sasankharika, that's all. And we also say, in the Sasankharika Lobha Mula Chaita, Tina Meda is present. We already see from the chart number 2, when we say in chart number 2. So now when we read for Sasankharika, instead of Asankharika, these are the 4 Sasankharika Chaita. We read again, they associate the same thing here. And the only thing is you have to add Tina Meda, Slot and Topa, because they are inactive because of this. So the 19 will become 21, 18 becomes 20. Now we read again. So just read as before. Now we go on to the first Lobha Mula Sasankharika Chaita. Now associates with 21 Cetasikas, namely 13 Anyasamana Cetasika, 4 Moha Chatuka, Lobha, Deity and Tina Meda. We just put in Tina Meda, that's all. Now we continue. The second Lobha Mula Sasankharika Chaita associate with 21 Cetasikas, namely 13 Anyasamana Cetasikas and 4 Moha Chatuka, Lobha, Mana and Tina Meda. Now we go to the third Lobha Mula Sasankharika Chaita associate with 20 Cetasikas, namely 12 Anyasamana Cetasika, with the exception of piti. 4 Moha Chatuka, Lobha, Deity, Tina Meda. Now the fourth Lobha Mula Sasankharika Chaita associate with 20 Cetasikas, namely 12 Anya Samana with the exception of Piti. And 4 Mohajituka, Lopa, Mana, Tina, Mida. So we find that the mental factor that associate with the 8 Lopa Mula Chetas are not, they are different. And that's why we have 8 Lopa Mula Cheta. Then we go to the 2 Dosa Mula Cheta. So you have to call the name first, we say. So now how do you read them? So the star is, you call it Domanasa Sahagatam, Patiga Sambayutam, Asankharikam Ekam, Sasankharikam Ekam. What is the meaning? Domanasa Sahagatam, accompanied by painful mental feeling. So it is accompanied by painful mental feeling. So we say you subtract piti, from 13 Anyasamana. So when you have painful feeling, no joy, that is very clear. And then patiga samyudam mean, patiga and dosa, they mean the same thing. So accompanied by evil, evil dosa. So if dosa is present, we just state this, the dosa, chatuka, all of them, to associate. Because in chat number 2, if you look at the chat number 2, we already state there, the 4 dosa chatuka associate with 2 dosa mula cheta. You can see it. So you have to do a little reading. So that is lucky we have this chart, so you can read actually. So we say if dosa, the associate, so all the 4 can associate. So we just put the dosa chatuka to be present. And one is asankharika, unprompted, and the one is sasankharika, prompted. And you should know again, in asankharika, no tina mida. And in the sasankharika, you have tina mida. It is prompted, it is not active, and it is not active because it contains tina mida, sloth and torpor. That makes the mind inactive. So now we get the answer. So we say dosa mula asankharika cheta associates with 20 mental factors. So namely, what are they? The 12 Anyasamana Jitasikas with the exception of Piti. And then 4 Mohajituka, remember this 4 Mohajituka will associate with all the 12 Akusala Cheta. And then the 4 dosa chatuka. So altogether you get 20. So in the case of sasankharika cheta, you just add tina mida, so you get 22. Okay. And now we go to the moha mula vichikiccha samyutta cheta. And then moha mula uddhacca samyutta cheta. So this one, these 2. So both of them are upikha sagatam. So if they are upikha sagatam, piti should be subtracted from these 2. Piti is subtracted. And then in chat number 2, we say chanda does not associate with these 2 moha mula cheta. So you have to subtract chanda in the 2 of them. Both of them, chanda is absent. Chat number 2 de chabya. So when we say the chanda, so here when we say chanda, you should know they are among the 6 particular. So this is chanda. It does not associate with the 2 moha mula cheta. We have already said that. And then the adimokha. Adimokha is determination whether the sense object is good or bad. does not associate with Vicikiccha Samyutta. No, Vicikiccha is having doubt. So when you are having doubt, you don't know whether it's good or bad, so you cannot determine. So Abhidhamma do not associate. Now we go to chart number 3. So now in chart number 3, no, in the case of the Vicikiccha Samyutta Chaita, so among the two Moha Mula. So in the Vicikiccha, no, we know Adhimokha, Piti and Chanda are absent. So you get not only 10 Anyasamana Cetasika, no, without Adhimokha and the Piti Chanda. And then the 4 Moha Chitoka, they will associate again. And then we say Vicikiccha Samyuttam. Vicikiccha Samyuttam. Samyuttam means associate with Vicikiccha. So we put in Vicikiccha. No, Vicikiccha is present now. No, in this the Moha Mula Chaita. So how many you get? 10 Anyasamana Cetasika, 4 Moha Chitoka, and the Vicikiccha, you get 15. So in the Uddhacca Samyutta Chaita, no, we subtract only this Piti Chanda from the 13 Anyasamana, so you get 11 Anyasamana plus this 4 Moha Chitoka, also you have 50. No, you have 50. Okay, please read, no, this 4. Dosa Mula Asankharika Chaita associate with 20 Mendopakchita seekers. What are they? Namely, 12 Anyasamana Cetasika with the exception of Piti, 4 Moha Chitoka, and 4 Dosa Chitoka. And Dosa Mula Sasankharika Chaita associates with 22 Mendofactors. So, no, namely, 12 Anyasamana Cetasika with the exception of Piti, and 4 Moha Chitoka, 4 Dosa Chitoka, and Tinamita. Moha Mula Vicikiccha Samyutta Chaita associates with 15 Cetasikas. What are they? Namely, the 10 no, Anyasamana Cetasikas, no, with the exception of Adhimokha, Piti, Chanda. And then you put in 4 Moha Chitoka and Vicikiccha. So you get 50. Now we go to the next. Moha Mula Uddhacca Samyutta Chaita associated with 15 Mendopactor Cetasika, namely no, the 11 Anyamana Cetasika with the exception of Piti Chanda, and 4 Moha Chitoka, you get 50. So now we finish no, the 12 in moral mind. So no, the Cetasika that associate with them. So no, we are having like this. So you are lucky you don't have to remember them, no, because you don't appear for the exam. No, so for us we remember them. Now when we know the reason, then we know the reason. You don't have to not to learn by heart. No, you just know it. No, we try to remember only this, this number, 1990, 1880. Then you just plus add 2 here, and then 2022, 1550. So if you remember, then you can make up what are the Cetasika that associate with them. No, because they are they have the reason for the Mendopactor to associate with them. Then we go to the 18, the second group. 18 rootless consciousnesses. This 18. So the 18 rootless consciousnesses. 10, 1, 5, altogether 18. Now these they are rootless. As they are rootless, they don't have any root. So immoral Mendopactors do not associate with them. These immoral Mendopactors, they have the root, Moha, Lobha, Dosa. And then Sovana Cetasika do not associate with them, because they also have 3 roots, Alobha, Dosa, and Moha. So only Anya Samana Cetasika associate with them. So it should not be very difficult. No, now the 10 Dvipancha Vijnana Chetas associate with only this 7 Sabba Cheta Sadharana Cetasika. No, so these are the least mental factors that associate with them. So remember when we say 10 Dvipancha Vijnana, you have 5 Pancha Vijnana, 5 Pancha Vijnana, so they make up 10. No, they are the eye consciousness, ear consciousness, etc. So they are the weakest actually, because they don't have any roots and they contain the least number of mental factors. Only 7 Sabba Cheta Sadharana Cetasika associate with them. Now when you come to Somanasa Santirana Cheta, when you say Somanasa, you know piti to be present. No, to be present. Now in Somanada Santirana, no, Viriya and Chanda are absent. Actually, Chanda is absent in all these 18. No, all in these 18, the Chanda is absent. And in the Somana Sandirana, no, the Viriya is also absent. And we give that in the chart number 2. So in chart number 2, we already explained that. No, so that you have to refer to chart number 2. No, so we have to look back to chart number 2 here, no, to show you. So we say, no, Chanda. Here we say, do not associate with all the 18 Ahituka Cheta. No, yesterday I also explained this. No, so we explained this chart number 2 already yesterday. But maybe you don't know the reason yet. Do you know? Why do the Chanda do not associate with this? Who can say? No? So, no, just remember, yesterday we say mindfulness. No, you don't have mindfulness, no, just like the empty pots and pumpkins flow along the current. So you just hear yesterday, you even read, no, this chat together we read. No, we read this chat. So, but now you don't know. No, you don't know, because you don't look back. So even one day, if you don't look back, no, we forget. So at least you should try to read. So you get this chart, so try to read. So then only you remember. So yesterday I told you this. They do not attain chanda because this vipaka cheta. No, they arise by the power of the karma. No, by the karma, by the power of karma. When you come in contact, this eye consciousness, ear consciousness come in contact with unpleasant sense objects, they arise automatically, by the power of the akusala karma. And again, when you are in contact with pleasant sense objects, so these they arise automatically again by the power of kusala karma. So they don't need our chanda, our wish. We cannot wish them. Without if they are not come in contact, eye consciousness, you please arise. You cannot wish it. No, so in this way we say chanda, do not associate with them. And this functional cheta, they arise when they need. When they need. So like pancha dwara vachana, 5 door, directing consciousness, and mind door, directing consciousness. Automatically they take notice of the sense object that appear on the 5 door and in the mind door. They don't need our chanda. And again here the hasitupada. So here they don't need the chanda. When they observe something, they curious, they just smile. So we say chanda do not associate with this 20. And then in the case of virya, yesterday we say it does not associate with the 16 cheta here. From here, including pancha dwara vachana. So we say here, so here, where pancha dwara vachana, here. So among the 16 cheta, so from here, so we say, now dvi pancha vijnana, the 2 Sampadechana, 3 Santirana, this 15. No, do not associate with Vidya also, this 15. No, they do not associate with Vidya, the effort. Now, as they arise automatically by the power of karma, they don't need our effort for them to arise. No, so you please take note of them. So Vidya do not arise in this 15 plus Panchadwara Vajana, 16. Okay? So now we go back to chant number 3. So now we are here we say Somanasa Santirana Cheta. Now do not associate with Virya and Chanda. So you subtract these 2 from Tati Anya Samana, you get 11. When you go to the next, no, Manodwara Vachana Cheta. So it is not this Manodwara Vachana, it is also Upika. So if it is Upika, so neutral feeling, so you know, no, the piti is absent. And then we say Chanda, no, should be subtracted in all the 18. So piti Chanda absent, so you also get 11. And Ihasitupada, no, it is smiling consciousness, it is Somanasa, so it contains piti. So only this Chanda is absent, you have 12. And then these, no, the 2 Upika Sandirana Cheta and 3 Manodhatu. So 3 Manodhatu, no, Mano means mind, Dhatu means element. So there are 3 mind elements. So they refer to this 2 Sampadechana Cheta and the Panchadwara Vachana. So Panchadwara Vachana and 2 Sampadechana. No, these 3, they are known as 3 mind element. So 3 mind element and the 2 Upika Sandirana, we also tell you, no, Upika Virya is absent. I just now show you in chant number 2. Now they are negative, no, they all are negative. So the 2 Upika Sandirana, the 2 Sampadechana, they are negative. And then no, Panchadwara Vajana is negative. So as they are Upika Sagadam, they don't contain piti. So not the Virya, piti and Chanda are absent. So you get 10. Okay, please try to read again. The 10 Dvipancha Vinyana associate with 7 Sabha Cheta Sadharana Chetasikas. And Somanasa Sandirana Cheta associate with 11 Chetasikas. We can say 11 Anya Samana Chetasikas, with the exception of Virya and Chanda. And Manodwara Vajana also associate with 11 Anya Samana Chetasikas, with the exception of Piti Chanda. Hasitupada associate with 12 Anya Samana Chetasikas, with the exception of Chanda. The 2 Upika Sandirana Cheta and 3 Manodhatu, no, 5 of them associate with 10 Anya Samana Chetasikas, with the exception of Virya, Piti, Chanda. Well, you are getting along now? No? So I should be very happy. So now we go to the 8 Mahakusala Cheta. So we finish this 2 group. Now we go to this group here, so we take 8 Mahakusala Cheta first. And now we consider as 4 pairs. Not the first pair, second pair, third pair, and fourth pair. So now we say, Mahakusala Patama Dui mean the first pair. Not the first pair of Mahakusala Cheta. So we take the 2 of them. So now you have to consult their name, we say, to know the Chetasika associated with them. So the names are the same as the 8 Mahadi Lopabula Cheta. Not the same. Instead of deity, we just change into jhana. So how do you go? Somanasa Sahakatam Jnana Sambayutam Asankharikam Ekam Sasankharikam Ekam. So from this, what do we know? Somanasa Sagatam, accompanied by pleasant mental feeling. So if accompanied by pleasant mental feeling, so again we take all the 13 Anya Samana Cetasika to be present, no? Including piti. Now the next one, so we get Jnana Sambayutam. Sambayutam means associate with knowledge or wisdom. So knowledge or wisdom is here, no? Panya Cetasika. Where do we have Panya? So in the last one here. No? So Panya is present. So now we know only this from the name. So one is asankharika, that is unprompted, and sasankharika is prompted. No? So we know that. Now, no, the remaining we have to put in. We have to put in. We know now only this, no, 13 Anya Samana Cetasika will associate and Panya will associate. Now in this case, no, in the beautiful, the Sobhana Citta, beautiful consciousness, these 19 Sobhana Sadharana Cetasika, they associate with all the beautiful Citta. No? So in chant number 2, you already know that. No? So in chant number 2 we say, no, those 19. No? So in chant number 2, no, you just look there. No? They are the Anya Samana Cetasika, are the beautiful mental factor, 4 group. The first group is, what is the first group? 19 Sobhana Sadharana. Sobhana Sadharana means they associate with all beautiful consciousnesses. So, no, this 19 Sobhana Sadharana, they associate with all of them. And now we say, no, Panya associate with them. Now, how about 3 Vidati and the 2 Apamanya? So we have to go back to chart number 2. So you have to show chart number 2. No? So remember we say in the beautiful mental factor, you have 4 groups, this Sobhana Sadharana, 19 of them. They associate with all Sobhana Citta. And now we say, how about Vidati and Apamanya? So here we say, this is Mahakusala. So, the 3 Vidati associate with, the 8 Mahakusala Citta. So, the sometimes mean intermittently and individually. They associate intermittently and individually. Because doing this is the observing moral precept is doing meritorious deeds, so they will arise in Mahakusala Citta. No? And then the 2 Apamanya, they are just doing meditation, so they also arise in 8 Mahakusala Citta. So we say intermittently and individually. So, as these 5 can arise in 8 Mahakusala Citta, intermittently and individually. Now for easy, we just say they associate with 8 Lopa Mula, 8 Mahakusala Citta. So in number 3, now we take them to associate. So we go to chart number 3. So now if we take this, the Vidati and Apamanya to associate with this Mahakusala Citta, so we just put on here, they all associate with this 8 Mahakusala Citta. So now, for this first pair, you get 13 Anyasamana Cetasikas plus 25 Sobhana Cetasika. 13 plus 25, you get 38. No? So you get the answer now. So that means the first pair, the way we read, the first pair of Mahakusala Citta, each associates with 38 mental factors namely 13 Anyasamana Cetasikas and 25 Sobhana Cetasikas. Okay. Now, in the second pay, it is again Somanasa Sagatam, Jnana Vipayutam. Not dissociated with wisdom. So wisdom do not associate. And then asankharikam ekam, satsankharikam ekam. So, the only difference between the first pair and second pair is jnana samyutam, jnana vipyutam. So here you omit panya. So you have 37. You have 37. Now when you go to the third pair, so when the third pair it becomes upikha sagatam. Instead of somanasa, now you have upikha sagatam. So if it is upikha, you have to subtract piti from 13 anyasamana, so you get only 12, the anyasamana cetasika. And then we say, the upikha sagatam, jnana samyutam. So associate with wisdom. So panya is present. So you again get here 12 plus 25, you also get 37. Now in the fourth pair, it is upikha sagatam and jnana vipayutam. So upikha, so you subtract piti. Jnana vipayutam, you subtract panya or wisdom. So the wisdom and piti are absent, so you get only 36. Okay, can we read together now? The first pair of Mahakusala Ceta associate with 38 Cetasikas, namely 13 Anyasamana Cetasikas and 25 Sobhana Cetasikas. The second pair of Mahakusala Ceta associate with 37 Cetasikas, namely 13 Anyasamana Cetasikas and 24 Sobhana Cetasikas, with the exception of Panya. And now the third pair of Mahakusala Ceta associate with 37 Cetasikas, namely 12 Anyasamana Cetasikas, with the exception of piti, and then 25 Sobhana Cetasikas. Now the fourth pair of Mahakusala Ceta associate with 36 Cetasikas, namely 12 Anyasamana Cetasikas, with the exception of piti, and 24 Sobhana Cetasikas, with the exception of panya. Well, okay. So far, not difficult actually. And one thing you should know is the number of mental factors that associate with each pair of these. With each pair, they are the same. They are the same. Now, though we say these two, they have the same name, they are the same mental factor, 38. Then what is the difference? Why do you go one asankharika and the other satsankharika? So, the difference is only in the intensity of volition. Volition cetana. Volition cetana. In asankharika volition, it is we say volition is active. In the satsankharika, volition only inactive. So the active one will have stronger karma, it bears greater result. So in the satsankharika, it bears less result. So the difference is only in the intensity of the volition, cetana. Now if we know this 8, so we go to 8 Mahavipaka Ceta, so they have the same name as the 8 Mahakusala Ceta, so this 8 Mahavipaka Ceta. So they have the same name. So here, if you look at the Anyasamana Cetasika, so the way they associate are the same. The same thing. And here, no, the association of the 19 Sobhana Sarana, they were associate, all of them were associate again. So about the Panya, they are just like here, associate and not associate, associate, not associate, the same thing. Associate, not associate, associate, not associate. And the only difference is here, Virati and Apamanya do not associate with this Mahavipaka Chaita. No, they do not associate. And the reason is Mahavipaka Chaitas are the result of the Mahakusala Karma. No, the Vipaka means resultant consciousness. They are the result. Now, as the result of the Mahakusala Chaita, this Mahavipaka Chaita, they function as our rebirth consciousness, life continuum, and finally death consciousness. No, so they do not perform any meritorious deeds again. No, this Vipaka Chaita, they are the result of the past karma. They do not perform meritorious deeds again. So we say, in the when three Virati and two Apamanya, they are meritorious deeds. So you are observing moral precept, and this is you are doing meditation. So Mahavipaka Chaita cannot do them. No, cannot do them. So we subtract this 5. So if you subtract this 5, you get 20 Sobhana Cetasika and 13 Anya Samana Cetasika. So you have the total 33. 33. Instead of 38, you get 33. And the way where it reduces is the same like here. 38, 37, 37, 36. 33, 32, 32, 31. The same thing. Now we can read the same way actually. So try to read now. The first pair of Mahavipaka Chaita, each associate with 33 Cetasikas, namely 13 Anya Samana Cetasikas and 20 Sobhana Cetasikas, with the exception of 3 Virati and 2 Apamanya. Now you just subtract this 5. So the rest are the same. So we continued. The second pair of Mahavipaka Chaita associate with 32 Cetasikas, namely 13 Anyasamana Cetasikas and 19 Sobhana Sadharana Cetasika. Only this. 19 plus 13, you get 32. Okay? Now we go to that line. The third pair of Mahavipaka Chaita associate with also 32 mental factors, namely 12 Anyasamana Cetasika with the exception of PT, and 20 Sobhana Cetasika with the exception of 3 Virati and 2 Apamanya. Now the fourth pair of Mahavipaka Chaita associate with 33, or the third pair. Oh, yeah. So we are going to the fourth pair, right? The fourth pair of Mahavipaka Chaita associate with 31 Cetasikas. So namely 12 Anyasamana Cetasika with the exception of PT, and only this, 19 Sobhana Sadharana Cetasika. So we get 31. So these remember, Mahavipaka Chaita, they function as our rebirth consciousness, and then as life continuum. Life continuum that keeps us alive when we are asleep, when we don't know anything. At that time, only life continuum keep arising. So there would be this Mahavipaka Chaita keep arising in us. Now we say, we come to Mahagriya Chaita. Again, this 8 Mahagriya Chaita. No, they have the same name, no, as Mahakusala Chitta. They have the same name. So when they have the same name, so the way they associate here, no, the Anya Samana Chitasika associate, like here, the same. And here also the same for this Sobanada Sanadi, no, this 19, Chitasika and the Panya. So it will be the same again. Associate, dissociate, associate, dissociate. And now we have to find out this too. No, about the three Vidati and two Apamanya. So we say here, no, the three Vidati do not associate with Mahagriya Chaita. And the two Apamanya, no, associate with Mahagriya Chaita. And remember, Mahagriya Chaitas are the Chaita that arise in Arahats. No, so when Arahats perform meritorious deeds, so no, instead of Mahakusala Chaita, Mahagriya Chaita arise in them. So the Arahats, they also do, no, meditation, no, like the Kruna and Mudita, the two Apamanya. Kruna and Mudita, so associate with them, no, associate with their consciousness. And no, these three Vidati, no, being Kusala Dhamma. So we give the reason. So you have to go to the word, no, to the. So it is by the page 86. Well, I don't know why the Abhidhamma books do not arise today also. So I have to wait for tomorrow. So I thought today, like in Hong Kong, they have, like in China, they have today is their holiday, they say, the national holiday. And they also say Mid-Autumn, Mid-Autumn festival, they say, they are having. And tomorrow also their holiday. So I don't know about here. Here you don't have holiday. Oh, okay, then we can expect tomorrow then. So now, when we describe in the so about the concomitants of Mahagriya Chaita. No, concomitant means the mental factors that associate with Mahagriya Chaita. So we say the three Vidati Chaitasikas. No, three Vidati Chaitasikas are the right, the right speech, the right action, and the right livelihood. No, they are moral precepts. So being Kusala Dhamma, no, they are the Kusala Dhamma. Do not associate with Mahagriya Chaita, which are Abhyagata Dhamma. So Mahagriya Chaita is Abhyagata Dhamma, we call it. Abhyagata means karmically neutral. Karmically neutral means they don't have any karma property. So this Mahagriya Chaita, all these Kriya Chaita, they don't have karma property. We say only this Kusala and Akusala have karma property. No, as they do not have the karma property, Vipaka and the Kriya Chaita do not have karma property, we call them Abhyagata Dhamma. No, Abhyagata Dhamma means karmically neutral. No, there is no karma property. So that's why we say three Vidati do not associate, no, with the eight Mahakriya Chaita. Eight Mahakriya Chaita. Now the two Apamanya Chaitasikas, however, associate with Mahagriya Chaita because Arahats also meditate on Karuna and Mudita. No, they also meditate on compassion and sympathetic joy. So now we can go back to chat number 3. So we know now chat number 3. So this is the 8 Mahakriya Chaita. So we say, no, this is the three virati. Not the three virati, no, do not associate with the Mahakriya Chaita, whereas the two Apamanya, no, they associate with the Mahakriya Chaita. So we are subtracting only three virati from this 25. So we get 22 Sobhana Cetasika plus 13 Anya Samana Cetasika, so the total is 35. Now we can read. So from this now, as you understand, you can read now. The first pair of Mahakriya Chaita, each associate with 35 Cetasikas, namely 13 Anyamanya Cetasikas and 22 Sobhana Cetasika, with the exception of 3 virati. Now we have to subtract 3 virati. Now we continue the second pair of Mahakriya Chaita, associate with 34, no, the mental factors, namely the 13 Anyasamana Cetasikas, and then here, no, we also subtract the Panya. So Panya and 3 virati are subtracted, so only, no, 21 Sobhana Cetasikas, with the exception of 3 virati and Panya. Now the third pair of Mahakriya Chaita, associate with 34 mental factors. So, no, namely, what are they? The 12 Anyasamana Cetasikas, with the exception of Piti, and 22 Sobhana Cetasika, with the exception of 3 virati. And the fourth pair of Mahakriya Chaita, associate with 33 Cetasikas, namely 12 Anyasamana Cetasika, with the exception of Piti, and then 21, no, the Sobhana Cetasika, with the exception of 3 virati and Panya. So now, no, we finish, no, this 24 Kama Sobhana Chaita. So now we are going to this 27 Mahagata Chaita. No, so in the 27 Mahagata Chaita, remember, no, the way we describe, no, the 27 Mahagata Chaita. So here, no, below that. So we say, no, in the 27 Mahagata Chaita, there are 3 first jhana, 3 second jhana, 3 third jhana, 3 fourth jhana, and 15 fifth jhana Chaita. No, so I explained to you before. So we say, no, in the 5 Rupa Vajra jhana, you get, no, this is the first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, fifth jhana. The same thing here, first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, fifth jhana, the same thing. So you get 3 first jhana, 3 second jhana, 3 third jhana, 3 fourth jhana, and 3 fifth jhana. And the 12 Arupa Chaita are included among, no, in the fifth jhana. So if you combine this 3 fifth jhana with this 12, you get 15, no, fifth jhana. So these are the jhana Chaita. So in the jhana Chaita, we have to subtract, not the jhana factors. So in the first jhana, all the, no, the jhana factors are present. In the second jhana, you subtract Vitaka. So we subtract here, we subtract Vitaka. In the second jhana, we subtract Vitaka Vichara. In the third jhana, we subtract Vitaka Vichara, no, Piti. In the in the first jhana, all are present. In the second jhana, you subtract Vitaka. In the third jhana, you subtract Vitaka Vichara. In the fourth jhana, you subtract Vitaka Vichara Piti. And in the fifth jhana, you subtract Vitaka Vichara Piti Sukha, and instead of Sukha, you put in Upikha. So now we have to do the same thing here. So we say in the first jhana, all jhana factors are present. So all 13 Anyasamana Cetasika is present. Now when you go to the second jhana, you subtract Vitaka. In the third jhana, you subtract both Vitaka and Vichara. And in the fourth jhana, Vitaka, Vichara and Piti. And the fifth jhana, you also subtract Vitaka, Vichara and Piti. So by changing Sukha into Upekha, now both Sukha and Upekha, they represent Vedana Cetasika. So Vedana Cetasika is not omitted. No? So the same. Only Sukha is changed into Upekha. There is a difference between fourth and fifth jhana. No? In the fourth jhana you have Sukha. So in the fifth jhana you have Upekha. No? In the Upekha. And now in this, so we know that the 19 Sobhana Sadharana were associated with all these Sobhana Chaita, they are the beautiful consciousness. And in the Mahakata Chaita, Panyendriya Panya associated with all those Jhana Chaita. Now we have to consider this three Viriti and two Apamanya again. Now three Viriti again do not associate. No, do not associate. So, the reason is quite easy. The reason is all these jhana chaita, they focus on the counter sign. So remember when I described you how to develop this the jhana. We have to meditate on the Atkasina. So when you meditate Atkasina, first you begin with open eyes. You put down the Atkasina on the earth. So you reflect Patavi, 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 Patavi. So when you can concentrate up to half an hour and more, you close your eyes intermittently. Now, when you close your eyes, you can see this Addis as you have seen it with open eye. So we say you attain the acquired sign. You attain the acquired sign or the learning sign we call it. So when you get the learning sign, so you continue meditation with closed eyes. You don't open it anymore. So with closed eye you just reflect on that acquired sign or learning sign, Patavi, Patavi, Patavi. Now when it becomes clear and bright, clear and smooth like the mirror, and then very bright, we say you have the counter sign. Now, when you have the counter sign, you reach neighborhood concentration. Neighborhood means close to the jhana. Close to the jhana. So you reach neighborhood concentration. So in the Kasina meditation, we have to expand that counter sign. So you just expand it with your willpower. May the counter sign become larger by 1 inch, another inch, another inch, another inch. You expand it until it fills all direction. Then you concentrate on that counter sign. And again, with your closed eye, you meditate again, Patavi, Patavi, Patavi. When your mind can remain focused on that counter sign for 1 hour, 2 hours or more, we say you attain the first jhana. So all these jhana, they take this counter sign. So when you are in the jhana state, so the mind is focused on this counter sign. So it is focused on this counter sign, it knows only the counter sign. It does not know any other thing. So we say the five door, the eye door, the ear door, the nose door, the tongue door, the body door. The 5 door activities are temporarily suspended. That means you don't see, you don't hear, you don't smell. So because your mind is focused only on that counter sign. So when you are in the jhana state, if your mind is focused on the counter sign, you cannot do these 3 viriti, that is abstaining from the 4 speech, abstaining from the 3 bodily action, and then the abstaining from right livelihood. You cannot do that. So we say these 3 viriti do not associate with this jhana chaita. And the 2 apamanya, we say when you reflect on the apamanya, their meditation, karuna, compassion, mudita is sympathetic joy. They are just meditation, just like we radiate loving kindness. So if you reflect on that, you can get up to the 4th jhana, we say. So up to the 4th jhana, No, Karuna and Mudita were associate. So when you come to the fifth jhana, so no, Karuna and Mudita do not associate. Because the fifth jhana associate with Upekha. The fifth jhana associate with Upekha. So Upekha means when you you reflect on Metta, Karuna, Mudita, so you have joy. So you can get only up to the fourth jhana that contains Sukha, which is similar to Somanasa. So only when you reflect on the fourth one is the Upekha. We call it equanimity, mental balance. So if you reflect on that, only then you get this fifth Rupa Vajra jhana, associate with the Upekha. So Karuna, Mudita and they do not associate with the fifth jhana. So when you come to the fifth jhana, you also subtract the Karuna, Mudita. So in so here, the three first Mahakata first jhana chaita, three Mahakata first jhana chaita were associated with all 13 Anyasamana Chaitasikas, and so here we subtract the three Viditi. So we subtract three Viditi. So how many we have? 22. Sovana Chaitasika plus 13. So also 35. Also 35. Similar here. Similar to here. But this is the jhana chaita. So it is the same as 35. So when you come to the second jhana, you subtract vitaka. So you reduce 1. When you come to the third jhana, you subtract vitaka, vichara, so you subtract 2, become 33. So in the fourth jhana, you subtract vitaka, vichara, piti, so it becomes 32. So in the fifth jhana, we subtract also 3 here, vitaka, vichara, piti, and also the 2 apamanya here. So we subtract 5, so you get only 30. Now we can read. So we can read together. 3 Mahakata first jhana chaita associate with 35 Chaitasikas, namely 13 Anyasamana Chaitasikas and 22 Sovana Chaitasikas, with the exception of 3 Virati. Now 3 Mahakata second jhana chaitas associate with 34 Chaitasikas, namely 12 Anyasamana Chaitasikas, with the exception of Vitaka. And here is the same. 22 Sovana Chaitasikas, with the exception of 3 Virati. And then 3 Mahakata third jhana chaita associate with 33 Chaitasikas, namely 11 Anyasamana Chaitasika, with the exception of Vitaka, Vichara. And then here is the same, 22 Sovana Chaitasika, with the exception of 3 Virati. And then 3 Mahakata fourth jhana chaita associate with 32 Chaitasikas, namely, so here you have 10 Anyasamana Chaitasikas, with the exception of Vitaka, Vichara, Piti. And here the same, 22 Sovana Chaitasika, with the exception of 3 Virati. Now the 15 Mahakata fifth jhana chaita associate with 30 Chaitasikas, namely 10 Anyasamana Chaitasika, with the exception of Vitaka, Vichara, Piti. And here you have 20 Sovana Chaitasika, with the exception of 3 Virati and 2 Apamanya, 30. So we go to the Lokuttara Chaita. So Lokuttara Chaita, we have the 8 in the brief method and 40 in the broad method. So these 40 are also the jhana chaita. So here we have 8 first jhana, 8 second jhana, 8 third jhana, 8 fourth jhana, and 8 fifth jhana. So 8 jhanas each. No, 8 jhanas each, Lokuttara. So we subtract jhana factor just like here. No, here and here the same as they are jhana chaita. Now when you come to here, no, you have to put in all 3 viddities, no, in all this Lokuttara chaita. No, as I explained to you, in all this Lokuttara chaita, all the 8 factors of the Eightfold Noble Path are present. No, see, all the 8, no, the factors of the Eightfold Noble Path. No, so what are the Eightfold Noble Path? No. So, no, some people, so I just encourage you to read, no, some of these. Like you say, it is a Four Noble Truth. So, no, it describes about this, no, the Four Noble Truth describe the Eightfold Noble Path also there. So there, no, we have all the Eightfold Noble Path. So, no, including the 3, the moral path factors. So these are the 3 moral path factors, 3 viddity, no? The right speech, abstaining from the wrong speech, and the right action, abstaining from the wrong action, and the right livelihood, abstaining from the wrong livelihoods. No? They are moral precept. So these 3, no, also they associate together in this. And here we have to exclude the 2 apamanya. No, because all the Lokuttara chaita, they take Nibbana as their object. No, this Lokuttara chaita, they are focused on Nibbana. Like the jhana chaitas are focused on the countersign. No, all Lokuttara chaita, they take Nibbana, so they are focused, absorbed in Nibbana. So they cannot take any other object. Like we say in the 2 apamanya, to do meditation on compassion, you have to visualize, no, the miserable beings, and you wish them to be free from, no, suffering. So to radiate, no, the mudita, so you have to concentrate, focus, no, your attention on prosperous being. So we say Lokuttara chaita cannot take, no, this being anymore. So the 2 apamanya are subtracted. So from 25 you subtract 2, you get 23. If you combine with this 13, you get 36 as the maximum. No, 36 as the maximum. And then as you go down, no, so you subtract, 1 jhana factor at a time. So you decrease by 1 at a time, 36, 35, 34, 33. So in the 5th jhana, no, we don't decrease anymore. We just change sukha into upekha. So it still remains 33. Okay, we can read. So just similar to here. The 8 Lokuttara first jhana chaita associate with 36 Cetasikas, namely 13 Anyasamana Cetasikas and 23 Sobhana Cetasikas, with the exception of the 2 apamanya. The 8 Lokuttara second jhana chaita associate with 35 Cetasikas, namely 12 Anyasamana, with the exception of Vitakka. And these are the same. No, 23 Sobhana Cetasikas, with the exception of the 2 apamanya. Then we go to 8 Lokuttara third jhana chaita associate with 34 Cetasikas, namely 11 Anyasamana Cetasika, with the exception of Vitakka, Vichara. And again here 23 Sobhana Cetasika, with the exception of the 2 apamanya. And then the 8 Lokuttara fourth jhana chaita associate with 33 Cetasikas, namely, so 10 Anyasamana Cetasika, with the exception of Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, and 23 Sobhana Cetasika, with the exception of the 2 apamanya. And then the 8 Lokuttara fifth jhana chaita associate with 33 Jetasekas, namely 10 Anyasamana Jetasika with the exception of Vitaka, Vichara, Piti, and the 23 Sovana Jetasika with the exception of the 2 Apamanya. So, I hope you understand, no? So we finish. No, we finish. No, we finish the association of the mental factors with the consciousness. No, so try to read this chapter as we read now. No, so if you try, you can get it. You know it. No, so now you should understand now. No, you should understand already now. So you would understand. You can understand. So after that, we have to know some more. So on page 88, we have to go to page 88. So we have to make some more consideration, because in the dosa, dosa chatuka, dosa isa machriya kukucha, we say all the 4 associate with the 2 dosa mula chita, we say. No, so that is not correct. No, that is not correct. So we say isa machriya kukucha. No, they associate individually and intermittently, not always. Not always. So to consider that, we have now to go on this topic. So we finish up to here. So all these are what we have read. Those charts. So the reading of the chart, these are. Now is the fixed Jetasikas and unfixed Jetasika. Of the 52 Jetasikas, 41 are called Niyata Yogis, meaning fixed Jetasikas. So Niyata means fixed. Yogi refers to Jetasika. And the remaining 11 are called Aniyata Yogis, unfixed Jetasikas. So Niyata Yogis, invariably, that means always, they always associate with the chetas with which they are known to associate. So as we have described in this chart, we have read in the chart. So they always associate as we mentioned in the chart. Now Aniyata Yogis do not always associate with the chetas. With the cheta, they are known to associate. They arise only when they should. So these 11 Aniyata Yogi Jetasikas are Aisa Machriya Kukucha, Mana Tina Medha, 3 Vidati and 2 Apamanya. So the ways they associate with chetas will be described below. So we are going to describe the way they dissociate. Now you have to take note of this 11. This 11, among 52 mental factors, these 11 are Aniyata Yogi, unfixed mental factors. So unfixed means they don't associate, as we described in the chart. They would associate only when they should. So what are these 11? So Nyaku, can you show chart number 2 just for a minute? Chart number 2, you look at chart number 2. In the Jetasika chart. So in this chart. So those 11, the Anyasamana Jetasikas are these 3 companions of dosa, Aisa, Machriya and Kukucha. And then the one above them, this Mana. And then the 2 below them, Tina Medha. So there are 6 here. You have to remember them. So Aisa, Machriya, Kukucha, Mana, Tina Medha, 6 of them. Now in the beautiful mental factors, the 3 Vidati, the abstinences, and the 2 Apamanya. So we already tell you, they associate only intermittently and individually. So they don't associate together. So we have to take count of this 5 and this 6, altogether 11. Now we will describe how they associate. We go back to page 88 again. Now page 89. 89. So now the way they associate. Now here. Though it is mentioned in chart number 3 that Asa, Matsuriya and Kukucha. No, you look at the chart number 2. No, don't forget this 3. So Asa, Matsuriya, Kukucha associate with the 2 dosa mula chaita. They do not arise whenever dosa mula chaita arises. Asa is jealousy. It arises only when one envies other success or prosperity. No, that means when one is jealous, no, with other success and prosperity. Only when you feel jealousy, then Asa will arise. Otherwise, it does not arise. And when Asa arises, no, when Asa arises, you are having only jealousy. No, you don't have stinginess, and you don't have remorse. So Matsuriya and Kukucha do not arise. Now Matsuriya arises only when one conceals one's property. No, you hide your property because you don't want to share it, no, with other people. Or when you feel stingy, no, to donate, no, to charity. So when you are stingy or you conceal, no, your property, at that time Matsuriya will arise. Otherwise it does not. So when Matsuriya arises, Asa, Kukucha, no, do not concern with them. So they do not arise. And Kukucha will arise only when one is grieving over the evil that is done or over the good that is not done. So we say Kukucha is remorse or repentance. No, you repent or you remorse, no, on over the evil that you have done or the good that you have not done. Otherwise, if you are not having the remorse, Kukucha do not arise. So when Kukucha arises, Asa and Matsuriya do not arise, do not concern with them. So Asa, Matsuriya, Kukucha do not arise simultaneously. No, they arise separately, no, that is individually, and only when the conditions are met with. So this way of association of Cetasika is known as Nana Kadachi. Nana means individually. No, they will associate individually. Kadachi means they associate only when conditions are met with. So this is these 3. So now we give you obligation. So obligation is on the next page, page 90. No? So now the obligation, that is the obligation in daily life, you might say. No? Obligation of Abhidhamma in daily life. Now you consider here. A man is angry because the food served by his wife is not good. What is the type of this man's chaita? And what are the cetasikas that associate with that chaita? Now you read this carefully. He is angry. So he is angry, you know, dosa. No? Dosa, anger arises. So he will be having dosa mula chaita. So when you have dosa mula chaita, you should take note, there are 2 of them. You know, would it be asankarika or sasankarika? So this man, he feels angry as soon as he saw his food, not good. So that means it is asankarika. You have to take it asankarika. And then, what is the type of this man's chaita and what are the cetasika? What would be the name? Now you know it is dosa mula, asankarika. So what is the full name? Remember, you have to write the full name to get the full marks. No, you just say dosa mula chaita, you get only half the mark. No, so what is the full name? So we have already read them. So we say domanasa sakadam, patiga sambayutam, asankarika dosa mula chaita. So now we write down the the name here, Dhomanasa Sagadam, Patiga Samyutam Asankharika Dosa Mula Chaita. Now, what are the Cetasika? No, that will associate with this consciousness. So now, no, you can refer to chart number 3. No, so you please show chart number 3 for a few minutes. So you know your dosa mula asankharika chaita. No, you know the chaita. Now the mental factor associate here. So before you are skillful, you have to refer to the chart. No, when you are skillful, you don't need to refer in the chart anymore. No, because we say from the name, you know it's Domanasa Sagadam. Accompanied by painful feeling, PD is absent. So you know 12 Anyasamana Cetasika with the exception of PT. And then this Moha Chatuka associate with all Akusala Chaita that you should know. So it would associate. And then we say here all the 4 Dosa Chatuka associate. So now we already say, when he is angry, Dosa is present. So Patiga Samyutam associated with anger or ill will, so Dosa is present. But what Asa, Machriya, Kukuja associate? It does not associate, because he is angry because food is not good. He doesn't have any jealousy, and he doesn't have any Machriya, that is stinginess, and no Kukuja, no remorse at that time. So instead of 20, we have only this 17. The 12 Anyasamana Cetasika without the PT, 12, and plus 4 Moha Chatuka, you get 16, and plus Dosa. Only 17, not 20, because Asa, Machriya, Kukuja do not arise. Okay? So please go to page 89. Page 90. We go back to this. So we say, the Cetasika that associate with the Chaita are 12 Anyamana Cetasika, PT being accepted, and 4 Akusala Sadharana Cetasika. So 4 Akusala Sadharana mean the 4 Dosa Chatuka. So we usually call them Akusala Sadharana because they associate with all Akusala Chaita. And Dosa, only 17. Asa, Machriya and Kukuja do not associate with this Chaita. So now you understand it now. Now we go to the second problem. One feels sad because another person gets a better job than oneself. What is the type of this Chaita and what are its concomitant? So if you feel sad, if your companion or another man got a better job and you don't get it, so when you feel sad, there will be anger. So you are unhappy. If you are unhappy, though you know it is again Dosa Mula Chaita will be arising. Now, why he is sad? So here another one gets the job and he doesn't get. So he was jealous of that man. So here jealousy arises here. Jealousy arises. So again he is feel sad immediately. So it would be the number 1. The number 1, the Dosa Mula Chaita. So the name of the Chaita is the same as the problem 1. So we say the name of the Chaita is the same as above. But now, one is envying another success, so Asa will associate with the Chaita. In addition to the 17 Cetasika mentioned above. So in addition to this 17, you have to put in, the Asa. Asa must be put in, so you get 18. 18 Cetasika. Now we go to problem 3. One feels uneasy because one does not want to share one's office with a newcomer. So what is the type of this chaita and what the Cetasika that associate with the chaita? So now you don't want to share your office with another. So again you feel uneasy. Uneasy means unhappy again. So uneasy, unhappy, so again dosa mula chaita. But now what is the cause? If you don't want to share your office with the other, what is that? So that is machriya. No, we say you don't want to share your property with others. No, you don't want to share your room with others, your office with others. You don't want your computer to be used by others. So that is all machriya. So now machriya is present. So the cetasika, again the chaita is domanasa sagadam patika samyutam asankharika dosa mula chaita, the same as number 1. But now the cetasika would be, so just like we say here, like we say here, in number 1. So what are the cetasika? The 12 anyasamana cetasika, piti, accepted, and 4 akusala sadhana cetasika, dosa, that is 17, we have here, and now you have to put in machriya, so you get 80. So here in number 2 you put in isa. Now you put in the machriya here. Now another problem not included here. Not included here. Now, you just listen. So a man, he walks in the office late. He come home late and he told his wife, "Oh, I'm very hungry. Please, you prepare the dinner for me. I will eat as soon as I finish my bath." So now when he finishes bath, he look at the food. So the foods are not good. No, actually it doesn't contain any meat curry, any meat in there. So by looking there, so he expect good food because he has worked very hard. So he like to eat good food. But now food is not good. So he blamed his wife. "Well, you don't care about me. You just serve me very poor food." So at that time, what chaita will arise in that man? What did he say that? We say he is angry. He is not satisfied with the food. He blame. When you blame, then you are angry. You are having dosa mula chaita. So it is again dosa mula asankharika chaita. So that the 17 conscious mental factor, the same as problem number 1. You will get 17 the mental factors. So at this time no isa, no machriya, no gugocha. But now why he is eating? Oh, it tastes very good. When it tastes very good, so he is thinking, "Oh, I made a mistake. I blame my wife. I made a mistake to blame my wife." So she tried to cook very good, very tasty. And she cannot buy the meat because it's about the end of the month. So my money may be used up. So I made a mistake to blame her. So at that time, what chaita arises? So it is kukucha, remorse is arising. But we want to know the name of the chaita. What is the name of the chaita? There's no name, kukucha chaita. We don't have kukucha chaita. Kukucha is just cetasika. Just is a mental factor. So, the name of the chaita, when you are having the kukucha, again you are unhappy. You are unhappy now. So if you are unhappy, dosa mula chaita. So the name of the chaita is dosa mula chaita. Now, but it is now sasankharika. Because it doesn't arise immediately, only slowly. So it arises. So you have to put it the dosa mula sasangarika cheta. No? So if you give the full name again, we say domana sagadam patika samyudam sasangarika dosa mula cheta. Now what are the cetasika? So the same as in number 1, no? Like those, the 12 anya samana cetasika. No? So like we say, like here, the 12 anya samana cetasika, piti accepted, 4 agusala sadharana cetasika, and dosa. Up to here you have 17. Now what do you put in? You put in kukucha, so you get 18. So this is the way how Asa, Machriya, kukucha associate. No, now you know it. Okay. So we go back to the page 9, the 89. So page 89. So those have the book. No, you can also look at the your book. So we are talking about the fixed cetasika and unfixed cetasika. No, so the topic is fixed and cetasika and unfixed cetasika. So we are coming to number 2. No, we finished number 1. Now we come to number 2. We say mana, about mana. Although mana is said to associate with the 4 lopa mula, ditthikata, vibhuta, ceta, it arises only when one thinks highly of oneself or one is having a low opinion of others. Or in other words, when you are having pride or conceit. It does not arise when one is having no conceit. So in chart number 2, there if you look, chart number 2, we say mana associate with 4 lopa mula, ditthikata, vibhuta, ceta. Okay? You see it? No? So now we say mana do not arise. No, whenever the mana associated with this 4 ditthikata, vibhuta, lopa mula, ceta. So whenever ditthikata, vibhuta, ceta arises, mana do not arise. So here actually, I don't put in so in the application. So I have to just give you an example. No, so by a man named Charlie. Named Charlie. So when he woke up in the morning, his children were weeping, crying. So he asked his wife, "Why are the children crying?" Well, the children didn't have any food last night, and this morning we don't have any rice to cook, so they don't have anything to eat. So because of that they are crying. So there are some poor people like that. Some poor people like that, they don't have any money to buy rice, and they cannot eat even 2 meals a day. So maybe only 1 meal. They have to go like that. So now Charlie, he didn't have a regular job, so no job. So what did he do? So he got up. He went to the fruit market. So he walked around the fruit market. So looking, who would ask him to carry the fruit that they have bought? So if he carried the fruits, he would get some money from them. Then he said he would buy some rice and then go home, so that the children can eat rice. So now nobody they asked him to carry anything. So he didn't get any money. So while he is walking round and round, he saw at one place, one lady, she was looking at the apples and oranges, and she left her purse here, and she was talking with the sales lady here, a little further from there. So when Charlie saw the purse, he said, "Now I could take that purse. So if I take it, I will get some money." So now he wanted to take it, that means to steal it. But his good thought stopped him. Well, if you took it, if you were caught, you have to go to jail. So even if you are not caught, no, you are stealing with other people, so that would be the wrong action, the bad action. So the bad karma, you have to suffer in the next life. So he retarded. But now the greed also persuaded him again. You fellow, you must take it. You don't have any money. Now your children are crying, weeping. So, to solve this problem, you have to take it. So, by looking at that there, he took it. What Chaita arise at that time? You should know what Chaita will arise at that time. Yes, Lopa is arising. No, so because of greed, he cannot control greed, he steal it. So if greed arises, what Chaita? So you have to give the name of the Chaita. You just say Lopa. So Lopa is just the seeker. So you don't give the answer yet, you don't get any mark. No? So at least you should say Lopa Mula Chaita, consciousness Chaita. And now which one? Of this 8, which one? So now when he took it, does he have joy? No joy. No joy. So that is Upekha Sagadam. No, so no joy, Upekha Sagadam. And then did he have the wrong view? So we say he has the right view. No, he knows karma and result. So you have to take it Daitikata Vibhutam. No, Daitikata Vibhutam. And then Asankarika or Sasankarika? Sasankarika, he has to persuade himself, you better take it. So now only you get the full name. So what are they? Upekha Sagadam, Daitikata Vibhutam, Sasankarika, Lopamula Chaita. So what would be the Chaitasika? So I say you go through chat number 3. Chat number 3, go. So now if you know the name, now you can even get from here. So we say these are 8 Lopamula Chaita. Now when you say it is the Upekha Sagadam, so you know piti is absent. And then Sasankarikam, so you have to put in Tina Meta. No, Sasankarika, you have to put in Tina Meta. And Daitikata Vibhutam, so that means Daiti does not associate, so only Mana associate. So now you know the answer already. So what will be the Chaita? So we say, PT is absent. So 12 Anya Samana Chaitasikas with the exception of PT. And then you have to put in this Moha Chatuka, we call Akusala Sadharana, 4 of them. 12 plus 4, you get 16. So in Lopa Mula Chaita, Lopa will be present. So you get 70. And we say, Daitikata Vibhutam, Daiti is absent. Will you put Mana? In this case, do you put in Mana? No pride. No, why is doing that? No pride, no conceit. So we say, though it is Daitikata Vibhutam, we don't put in Mana here. No, so how many you get? 12 plus 4, 16 plus Lopa, the 17. And if you put in Tina Meta, you get 19, not 20, because the Mana is absent. You get 20. Okay. Now one lady, wearing very beautifully and with the slim back and with the high shoes. So she is walking along the road. So 4 men who are sitting by the roadside in the cafeteria, when they saw the lady, they were gazed at the lady. So the lady, while she walked, no, with her slant eye, she knew, oh, those poor guys are watching me. So no, she became conceited. So proudly and joyfully she walked on. What would be the chaita? Proudly. When you say proudly, mean pride is present. If pride is mana. No, if mana is present, you should know it is lopa mula daitikata vibhuta chaita. No, as in the chapter number 2, we also said, no, we already said that. No, the mana associate with 4 lopa mula daitikata vibhuta chaita. We already, no, so according to that, mana associate only with this, no, the lopa mula daitikata vibhuta chaita. So now, as you know, no, this lady has pride. So you know the chaita is lopa mula daitikata vibhuta. Now would it be somanasa or upeka? Somanasa, she joyfully, we say she walks on. Not joyfully. So you get the full name already. Somanasa sagadam daitikata vibhutam sasankarika asankarika lopamula chaita. No? Not prompted. When she saw that, oh, the guy, oh, no, they are like they send me, immediately pride arises. No, so you know, it's not prompted her herself. Automatically she become proud. Okay, now you get the name. What are the Chitasika? So again you look at here. So as we say, Somanasa. No? So you need not know any of them actually. So from the name. So as we say, you have piti. And it is Somanasa, Sagatam. So 13 Anya Samana Chitasika will associate. Plus the 4 Moha Chatuka. No? You get 17. And Lopa will associate. So you get 18. And then we say mana is present. So if mana is present, you get 19. So that's 19. You get here. So that is the way mana associate. So we go to page 89 again. So we have to tell about the Tina Meta. So, among the mental, the immoral mental factors, Tina Meta, sloth and torpor, they are also the unfixed mental factor. Although Tina Meta are said to associate with the 5 akusala satsankarika chaita, they associate with this chaita only when the chaitas are and their concomitants are dull, inert, morbid. Otherwise, they do not arise. So we say Tina Meta will associate with this 5, the akusala chaita. That is 4, lopamula satsangarika chaita and dosamula satsangarika chaita. That's 5 satsangarika chaita. So though we say they associate with satsangarika chaita, they do not always associate with the satsangarika chaita. Just like in the case of Charlie, he is persuading himself and he tried to steal the handbag. So because we say he is satsangarika chaita, he has to persuade himself, satsangarika chaita. So we say in his consciousness, Tina Meta present, we say. But actually at that time, does he have Tina Meta? He doesn't have Tina Meta actually. So though because it is satsangarika, we put in Tina Meta. Then we should put in the note. You have put in the note. So you should say Tina Meta will associate with the consciousness only with the consciousness is morbid and inactive. Otherwise it does not associate. So if you put in that, so you know, oh, you are knowing the right thing, so you will get the full mark. You will get the full mark. So for example, a girl is selling some fruits. So with the intention of getting money, So no, she expecting no, the buyers to come and buy. So if he is expecting buyers to come and buy and she expecting to get money, what chitta will be arising in her? Lobha mula chitta. But as nobody come to buy and she was sleepy, so at that time, no, her lobha mula chitta has the sasankarika and it has tina meda. Now when he is sleeping, so we should know, oh, no, tina meda is present. Now the next number 4. So number 4 here, 3 vidati we say, no, namely samavacha, the right speech, samakamada, the right action, samajiva, also arise in the nana-gadachi way. Nana means separately or individually. Gadachi means only when they should arise. Now samavacha arises only when is abstaining from false speech. Otherwise, it does not arise. Samagamanta arises only when is abstaining from wrong action. Otherwise, it does not. Samaajiva arises only when one is abstaining from false livelihood. Otherwise, it does not. So very clear. No? So they arise individually only when they are short. Now again, the 2 apamanya jitasika, kruna and mudita, compassion and sympathetic joy, also arise in the nanagatachi way. Kruna arises only when is having compassion for someone. Otherwise, no, it does not. Mudita arises only when one is rejoicing over someone's success or prosperity. Otherwise, it does not. Now, this 3 and this 2, no, they are the beautiful mental factors actually. And they will associate, we say, with Mahakusala Chaita. No? Mahakusala Chaita. Now, this 5, they don't take the sense object. They don't take the sense object. The sense object that they take are different. Like samavacha, no, you are taking notice of the full false speech, so you are abstaining from it. So in the samakamanta, the right action, you are abstaining from 3 wrong, evil action: killing, stealing, and the sexual misconduct. So different object. And then we say, the compassion arises on when you are having compassion for some miserable person. And then the mudita arises only when you have joy, or sympathetic joy for some prosperous person. So as these objects are different, one consciousness can take only one object at a time. So we say the one consciousness, they take only one object at a time. They cannot take all the 5 objects at one time. You cannot catch 2 fish with one hand, the same day. So though these 5, they can arise in one consciousness, only one of them can arise at one time. So these 5, we should know they can arise only one at a time in a consciousness. So if you know that, now we can we can go to the page 90, page 90. So we try to work out some problem. So now we say here, a lady is paying homage, with joy, with the knowledge of karma. So she's paying homage to a pagoda. What is her chaita? And the mental factors that associate with the chaita. As she is paying homage, it is Mahakusala Chaita, you know it. So try to get the answer. So is Mahakusala Chaita, and then she is having joy. So you know it's Somanasa Sagatam. And then with knowledge of karma, that is Jnana Samyutam. So you know the chaita now. What is the chaita? Somanasa Sagadam, Jnana Samyutam, Asankarika, Mahakusala Chaita. Now what are the Sika that associate? If it is Somanasa, you say you take all 13 Anyasamana Cetasika. And then 19 Sobana Sadharana, always associate with all beautiful Chaitas. And then, Panya Indriya, No? So as she knows, no, karma and result, knowledge. So panya is present. So how many do you get? No? 13 plus 19, 32 plus 1, 33. So we say in this Chaita, Vidati and Apamanya do not associate. Is that correct? Is that correct? So no Vidati, no abstaining of like the wrong speech, wrong action, and then no compassion and no the sympathetic joy. So, though you have Mahakusala Chaita, so these 5 do not associate. You get only 33. No? Now the next one, a man unwillingly writes the right amount of his income in the income tax form because he does not want to lie, as he knows karma and its result. So most of us, we try to write the less amount, so that we have to pay less income tax. But now this man, he didn't write. So what are his Chaita and Cetasika? So that means he abstained from lying. No, when you write down the right amount of income, you don't like the less amount, so that means you abstain from lying. So if you abstain from lying, so that means you are observing 5 moral precepts. So that means Mahakusala Chaita arises. Now, is he happy during that time? Unwillingly, so that means he is not happy. No, so it is not somanasa, it is upekha sagadam. And jnana samyudam, he knows karma and result. And then, unwillingly would be asankarika or sasankarika. So unwillingly means not active. So this time is sasankarika. So now you know the name. Upekha sagadam jnana samyudam sasankarika Mahakusala Chaita. Now what is the Cetasika now? 12 Anyasamana Cetasika, piti being absent, because we say piti should be absent. And the 19 Sobana Cetasikas and Samavacha is put in here, and Panya is also present. Again you get 33. No, as he abstained from from lying, the false speech. So we put in Samavacha to be present. No, so you get only 33. Now the next program. No, so number 6. On knowing karma in result, a fisherman stops fishing for his livelihood, though reluctantly. What are the Chaita and concomitants? So that means he abstains from the wrong livelihood. So again, it is moral precept. So again, he has Mahakusala Chaita. So now, is he happy? No, we say again, the efficient stop fishing for livelihood, though reluctantly. So not happy. And also sasangarika, reluctantly. So what will be the Chaita? So not happy means upekha sagadam. Jnana, so he know karma and result, so jnana samyudam, sasankarika Mahakusala Chaita. So this time, you have 12 Amyasamana, piti absent, and 19 Somana Sadharana, Panyaindriya. Now instead of Samavacha, you put in Samaajiva. She abstained from the wrong livelihood. Now a child feels pity for a dog which has been hit by Ika. The child has no joy and no knowledge of karma at that time. So if you have pity, you are having compassion. Now if you are having compassion, so it is also moral deed. So again you have Mahakusala Chaita. So again it is not happy at that time. So again, what is the consciousness? Upekha sagadam. Jnana vibhyudam. No knowledge, we say. No knowledge of karma. And then asankarika Mahakusala Chaita. As soon as she saw the dog, she feels pity. So it is asankarika. So the Cetasika, so as you say, upekha again, to amyasamana with piti absent. 19 Somana Sadharana, And now you put in Gruna, compassion, as she is having Gruna, so only 32. Now number 8. A father gladly congratulates his son for his son's success in the examination. The father does not think of karma and its result at that time. So if you can congratulate others, no, that means you are having sympathetic joy, no, mudita. So Kruna and mudita, they are meritorious deed, we say. If you have Kruna or mudita, so moral minds will arise. No? Moral mind arise, so Mahakusala Chitta will arise. Now the father is happy, so it will be Somanasa Sagatam, no, Somanasa. And he does not have no knowledge of karma. No? So what would be his Chitta? Somanasa Sagatam Jnana Vibhutam Asankharika Mahakusala Chitta. When you say Somanasa, you have all 13 Anyasamana Cetasika. Jnana, and again you have to put in 19 Somanasa Dharana. And then, no, when we say Asankharika, you don't put in Tinamida. Actually, Tinamida do not associate with Mahakusala Chitta. No? So you have only, no, the 13 plus 19, 22, and then mudita, sympathetic joy, 33. Now a man is absorbed in the 4th jhana by meditating on the Patibhaga Nimitta or Patavi Kasina. What is the name of the Chitta and the concomitant associated with it? So the name of the Chitta would be, you can call it Rupa Vajra 4th jhana Kusala Chitta. Or to be exact, you can say, in the 4th jhana only Sukha Ekagata present, so Sukha Ekagata Sahitam, Chatutach jhana Kusala Chitam. So when you go to the 4th jhana, what do you have to eliminate? Vitaka, Vichara, Piti are, no, eliminated, so you get 10 Anyasamana Cetasika. And then 19 Sovana Sadhana, the Sadharana Cetasika. And then, no, in all jhana Chitta, Panya is present. So will you please show chart number 3? No? So now this the 4th jhana, a little higher. So the 4th jhana, we not subtract Vitaka, Vichara, Piti. So 10, and then here you have to subtract the 2. Not, how much you subtract? So 3 Viruddhi do not associate, no, with the jhana Chitta. And the 2 Apamanya, no, we say it can associate with the 4th jhana. But in the case of this man, no, he is in the 4th jhana, not meditating on Karuna and Mudita. He is not meditating on that. So we say Karuna, Mudita do not associate. No, do not associate. Now we say, no, in the Mahakusala Chitta, no, as we say, no, this among these 3 Viruddhi and 2 Apamanya, among the 5, only one can associate at one time. So the maximum number, no, that can associate with Mahakusala Chitta is not 34, not 38. No, it says 34. So as, I just explained to you, this, of these 5, they take different objects. So one Chitta can take only one object at a time. So among the 5, only one can associate. So instead of 5, only one can associate. That means the greatest number you can have is 34. No, for example, you are doing meditation. No, you are doing meditation, no, joyfully. So you know karma in result. No, you know karma in result. Now you are doing meditation on compassion. So you are reflecting. May all miserable beings be free from misery. So you are doing, joyfully, wishing all miserable beings to free from their misery, from their suffering. What will be your Chitta? No, you don't get the jhana yet. You are just doing meditation joyfully. So what would be your consciousness? it will be only Mahakusala Chitta. As you do it joyfully, it would be Somanasa Sagadam. And you know Kamma, Jnana Samyutam, Asankharika Mahakusala Chitta. So so your Chitta is the which one? So so just a little, and that's a little. Mahakusala Chitta. So where's Mahakusala? So here Mahakusala. No? So Somanasa Sagadam, Jnana Samyutam, Asankharika Chitta. So it is this among the first pair. It's the Mahakusala Chitta number 1. Now what are the Cetasika that associate? Somanasa Sagadam, Piti is present. So all 13 Anyasamana associate. And then we say the 19 Somana Sadharana will always associate. So you get 13 plus 19, you get 32. And then Jnana Samyutam, Panya is present, you get 33. Now as he is reflecting on compassion, you have to put in not only the Karuna. Now, among the two Apamanya, only Karuna is present. So you get 34. No, that is the maximum number you can get. No, so try to know that. So now, the time is up, and also we finish this revision. So I just hope you understand, and then you will be able to answer similar question. Okay, we say prayers now. Imaya Dhamma Nu Dhamma Patipatiya Buddham Bujemi. Imaya Dhamma Nu Dhamma Patipatiya Dhammam Bujemi. Imaya Dhamma Nu Dhamma Patipatiya Samgam Bujemi. With our holy practice, which is in accord with the 9 supramundane Dhammas, we pay obeisance to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Idhamme punyam asvekaya vaham hotu. May these merits of mine lead me to the extinction of all defilements. Idhamme punyam nibbanasa paccaya hotu. May these merits of mine be conducive to my attainment of Nibbana. Imam no punya bhagam sabba saddhanam dema. Imam no punya bhagam sabba saddhanam dema. Imam no punya bhagam sabba saddhanam dema. We share our merits with all sentient beings. May all sentient beings obtain the share of our merits and be well and happy always. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.